Hey everybody, what's up from Roll, Minnesota? Your state of skate. Hey, I'm Butch Lehman, and today we're in for another episode of Rolling Reactions. Now, last time on this program, we checked in with Montre Livingston and took a look at some of his early career, and he's been killing it since day one. Today we're going to continue with that by taking a look at some of the content Montre produced in the middle part of his career, dating from about 2010 to 2014. Now, you guys don't need me to tell you how amazing Montre Livingston is. Not only is he a phenomenal rollerblader, but he's also a great ambassador for rollerblading, and that's something that I have tremendous respect for. So today's sections that we're going to take a look at are starting with his profile in The Truth 2, which is one of my favorite videos. From there, we'll go into 2012 when he produced his profile for Pariah, and then we'll close things out with a section he produced for USD in 2013, and then a section with Create Originals from roughly that same time period. So strap on the boots, join me in this one, because Montre skating, you don't want to miss that. Trust me. Starting things off, going Misty Flip over the tripod, and if that's not one way to put your tripod to use, I don't know what is. He's inspiring all the kids out there, and I feel like this is the perfect opener because that's what he does. He is an inspiration to bladers everywhere. He's running skate camps on the regular. He's out at, the Oso skate park, being a representative and a local out there. And he's just a great ambassador for the sport. So again, this video is The Truth 2. This was produced by Austin Paz, and great skater, really star-studded lineup in this video. And unfortunately, this one doesn't have audio available on YouTube, but we can still appreciate the skating. Starting things off with the gap, and that's what Montre is maybe best known for in his skating, is having these massive and really stylish gaps and spins, and he takes big drops unlike anybody that I've ever seen. On top of that, he's a technical wizard. He has spin tricks, he has switch-ups, he just really has the full package, and is a blading powerhouse. He really is. Really unconventional spot here, but it's like it has some potential. Going topsail down that one. And see, it's that kind of style that I'm talking about, like being able to switch over from the regular grab on the Macchio to the mute grab out. Those little fine touches that just make it amazing. Ooh, this is when he was still riding for Nim. He's got the Nim shirt on there. That's a skate company that had its existence on Earth was a bit too short, if you ask me. Check this out. All of these ledges are capped, and he's still putting this skate spot to use. Like, literally every one of these ledges is just covered with caps, and he can still find a hammer to do there. Respect. Big 540. Look at that. That front torque just steezing out the foot on that one. It's like a rocket extension of the leg. Nice. This rail was also killed in, I think it was the Be Unique video, where I think it was Sean Kelso. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but it had like a whole like mini profile on that rail with a list of tricks and just checked them off one after another, after another, after another. It was wild. That's all I can say, is it was wild. Much respect to the Kelso brothers. And by the way, Hurricane Topsail, you guys know I love that trick. Any Hurricane Topsail is a good Hurricane Topsail. That's one of those tricks that no matter what you do it on, where you do it, it's gonna look beautiful. And I've got a lot of respect too for transition skating in the streets. That's something that has always appealed to me, especially when we will take a look at this Fakey Bio 540. Those kinds of tricks out in the street profiles I absolutely love. This is one of the tricks that's actually most memorable to me in this section, is such a big 180. And you look at the drop to it, and that's a pretty massive drop in terms of height, but also it's pretty far out on the gap. And looking at like the barrier, that Jersey barrier on the side of the road, it could do some damage if you didn't get out far enough. So high element of danger. Snaking his way in between the cars. This is another trick that's well known in this video. This true topsail perfectly locked in on a square rail. And it's going around the curve too, so that just adds the level of difficulty, the level of danger. You'd expect nothing else from Montre. He is a phenomenal skater. I don't know how many times I can say that, but it really is an understatement every single time. These kids are impressed. They're ready to pick up some blades. And again, that's what he does. That's why Montre is a great ambassador. All right, next up we have Montre's section in Pariah. Now this was a video done by Vibralux. And, there was a time and place when Vibralux was producing a ton of content. And they had a star-studded lineup of skaters on their team, too. Thinking like Chris Farmer. I believe Alex Broskow was on that team. Montre Livingston. I mean, the list goes on. One of the things I really appreciate about Montre's skating, too, is he just always looks like he's having fun with it. Even on those couple of falls that he had, you see him get up, smiling, and doing that like back handspring back onto his feet. By the way, that is really clean, true Machio down that. Wall rails, not really for me, but I love seeing people do tricks on them. And speaking of tricks, lawnmower tricks. That was cool. You don't see the dark side going up a ledge very often. So I think this is one of the hallmarks of Montre's career, like in this middle section comparatively to what we watched last time on this program, is really in his middle years. I think he was finding his own creativity as a skater, where he emerged on the scene with the massive gaps, the technical switch-ups, and the spin tricks, especially the spin tricks. He had those down from the beginning. But as we get into these sections, I think we start seeing a new level of creativity and spot selection and trick choice and types of like transfers and transitions. And that's something that I think is pretty cool, is when skaters think outside the box and start finding their own personality and infusing that into their blading. That was a cool spot. Look at this, he hits the alley-oop Machio, laces it, runs up the stairs, hangs out with all of his fans. He's all casually just like chilling up at the top. I mean, that's one way to clear the way for the trick. Ooh, gotta watch out for the car though. You gotta have a good spotter. If you're gonna be doing tricks into traffic, which I would not recommend, but if you have to do it, make sure you have people that are there spotting for you. We don't need any accidents. I think we've seen that a bit too much in blading already as it is. By the way, there's a little shout out there to John Bellino. I forgot about him on Vibralux as well. And John Bellino back to blading. He's absolutely crushing it. That dude is so good. Full troop horn. That is not an easy trick right there. Rocking that leather vest. Wow, that was a nice fakey 540. Mute grab in there perfectly, throwing it into a line. All right, Montre, what do we got next? Coming in with some speed. Really unconventional run up to that. Unconventional spot, too, I guess. Not sure what's happening here. Did he fall down the hole? He's got the whole crew, though. All right, so next up is Montre's part with USD in 2013. And Montre's been with USD for a really long time now. He actually just announced his farewell from USD just a few weeks ago and is pursuing something new. I'm not entirely sure what it is yet. I'm looking forward to seeing where that goes. Most recently, they had just released his pro version of the Sway Boot, which is a white and red skate that I think looks really good, really great. But I'm definitely excited to see Montre moving up in the world and what new opportunities await him. I mentioned this earlier, though, but his transition skating in the streets is something that I really love. And that spot, great way to do it. Big 540. By the way, who cross grabs a backside fast slide? That is just asking for trouble, but I guess when you're Montre, you are the trouble. In that fakey 5 again. Really cool looking rail here. Like, that thing could be really deadly, but was not expecting a gap over it. But you know what? That's one way to use that spot. Yes. Love those 360 tricks, especially coming in off the switch up. And what a sea ledge that was. Wall rails. A lot more dangerous than they look. You know, speaking of Montre too, when we talked about him developing his style and kind of coming into his own right as a skater in these middle transformative years, that's one of the other things that I've noticed is there's a lot of really technical tricks that he's taken on that not a lot of people do. Different negative variations and unique switch-ups, certain types of budget tricks. And so that's one of the things that I think is really cool as well. As you start defining yourself as a blader, you find those other things, and you're constantly progressing and learning new tricks as well. So it never really ends, no matter how good you are. Even when you get to somebody's skill level like Montre that can do just about everything, there's always something new, a new challenge to undertake. Perfect fakie 720 there, coming out of that grind. Be a little wary of the traffic again, though. Speaking of the spin tricks, he made it over like 4 stairs on the way to that 450 alley-oop soul. This is one of my favorite tricks from this video. This is like Pat Lennon style, just hauling, going so fast, getting into that wall ride, and I absolutely love it. See, and this spot seems really deceptive. Like, the top of the brick masonry looks like it wouldn't slide very good, but then actually the top is really flat and nice. And he's absorbed that drop like nothing. This one, though, getting away from him. But you know, Montre's going to get back up. He's going to lace it. We all know it. Got the earphones in. That's a big double set, too. I like this angle. I think this does it some justice. Cutting to the second angle. Big mute grab. Perfect slow-mo. Really good framing. Good color grading on this shot as well. And that was the flawless landing. Doesn't get any better than that. All right, folks, we're going to wrap things up with one more video part. This is his section with Create Originals, Frame Company. Really cool concept for frames, actually. I thought that was really innovative when those came out. How you could print your own graphics and designs and have them put into the frames. I think that kind of level of personalization and customization is something that there's a big market for in rollerblading. There's that perfect 540 out again. TTP. Oh, to true Macchio. Man. You'd think that at least one of those tricks would be switch, right? Same with this. The revert out to forward. I mean, how do you compete with that? He's so good. It's no wonder he's had the career that he's had. Going like 360 wall ride, 180 out. Basically a 540 wall ride. I forgot how good this profile is, and there's some really cinematographic. Is that a word? I don't know. There's some very photogenic spots and angles in here as well. Nice. 720. Said that before. Sweaty, most dangerous trick in rollerblading. You're not going to change my mind. It is. Makes you feel confident with it, makes you feel like it's going to be easy, and then you put too much weight on that back foot, the H block, miss the sole foot, and then it's game over, man. Nice. That like started out as an alley-oop sole and like transitioned into dark side true top sole. That's not a spot that I would have noticed. Just driving by, I would have never thought like, hey, there's a trick here. And so it's that creative mindset that I have appreciation for in blading. Fakie 5 for good measure. You can never have too many good fakie 5s, right? Going into the bank. Really weird looking bank there too. Short one. This is one of my favorite tricks from this section. I love the Phillips 66, really cool trick. And what I loved about that one was it's actually like an illusion Phillips 66. If you rewind it back and look at it, he's looking over the right shoulder, but he spins to the left. And to me, that's just mind-blowing. Like, I can't process how you would do that, like reach over with the opposite hand of the shoulder that you're looking at. This is one of those photogenic spots I was talking about. Going into true fish. Perfect trick for the perfect spot. Love that one. Visualizing, then attack. To the wall ride. Bet you didn't see that coming. I didn't. Cool use of that spot. Another big Montre 540. Definitely not how I would choose to use that spot, that's for sure. Oh no, I forgot about these. Look at this rail. It has like an impaler stick sticking right out the middle. Like, that is not where you want to fall. And to switch up into true fish, or maybe switch true fish, I don't know which way he usually does it, but to have that right in the middle, that is not at all what you want on something like that. So creative spot, great trick choices, and he just absolutely killed that spot. Beautiful fish brain. Misfit. I think we need to see more misfits here in the present and in the future. Underrated trick, if you ask me. Look at that, it's like a true spin wall ride. I think I've seen Alex Broskow do that before, but maybe that might be it, honestly. Like, you guys probably know more than I do if you've seen a true spin wall ride happen before, but that's really the only ones I can think of. Yeah, somebody left their bike right in your spot. No matter. We'll just alley-oop soul around it on this drop rail. Just a mild inconvenience. And they like it. He's a crowd pleaser. What else can you say about Montre? All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for this episode covering Montre Livingston. Some of his middle career skating, looking at about 2010 to 2014. And I love those sections. There is so many good Montre Livingston sections out there to watch, so it's hard to choose just a few. That's why I wanted to divide this into a couple different parts, looking at his early career and then getting into some of the meat of his middle career. And it was fun for me. Hopefully it was fun for you guys as well. Montre, if you're out there, man, I just want to say thank you for being a representative to blading. Thank you for progressing the sport. Thank you for giving back to the sport and, inspiring this next generation of upcoming skaters. Ultimately, it's people like that we need in skating, and much love and respect, man. Anyway, guys, I'm Butch Lehman of Roll, Minnesota, and until next time, remember to stay safe, stay healthy, and get out there and do some rollerblading of your own. We'll see you guys with the next video. Until then, peace, everybody.